All right, guys, so now we're gonna try extended gesture. Gesture, as we talked about last time, is that initial impression of what you're seeing in front of you and what you're trying to record in your drawing. Whereas extended gesture is basically gesture that you've been given a little more time to develop. So it's that one step before you would get to really proportionally measuring everything you're looking at, okay? So with this composition, I'm going to use the same still life I used last time with that lion and mask gesture. So I'm going to give you guys 15 minutes per drawing to work with. So I want you to be using your newsprint. You're going to be still using your Vine charcoal, and you're going to be using a combination of line and mask gesture. So we're combining what we learned last class. We're kind of looking at line, contour, and we're kind of looking at value and density and mass and all of that, okay? So each drawing you'll get 15 minutes. Usually the loose gesture will happen way before then. And I want you to never get caught up on one object too quickly. You know, I almost did that myself, I kind of did. But you want to let yourself move around plenty. You want to just look at distances between things. You know, I started to draw the side of that object a little too far away. I'm correcting myself. I'm redrawing that line, keeping things very loose. You can see how I'm drawing my cylindrical objects as well. Also, the nice thing about Vine charcoal is you can just wipe things away. How far do those leaves go past this one? You're always looking to the other objects for comparisons, where you can leave things off. That goes off the page. All right, this thing here. The shadows are always an important part of your composition, okay? So draw those in. Definitely, you definitely have time for that with 15 minutes. Okay, so I usually start with the line, then I go towards mass and value and all of that good stuff. But I like the composition that this is creating, so I'm happy with that. But basically that first intrinsic reaction, the initial gesture happens in the first 2 or 3 minutes. That's the goal you always want to have. Every drawing you start, you get that initial gesture down in 2 to 3 minutes. Then you move on, start to move things around, get things more specific, redraw your lines, make them darker where they are getting closer to correct, and then you can erase and smudge out things. You don't want to erase much with the extended gesture, but I will permit you guys to use it a little bit. Use your kneaded eraser for just erasing lines. But since we're using Vine charcoal, you shouldn't need it much. You can just kind of wipe with your finger, and then the darker line, you can see that that's the one I meant to have. So you'll spend 15 minutes on this drawing. You'll do a second and a third drawing. Again, gesture is just getting us to really be looking and translating what we're learning onto the page. Okay? All right, good luck with it, guys.